So we must start actually not with the states, but with the Reform Party, who are facing more claims of racism. Andrew Parker, a volunteer for reform, was filmed by Channel 4 making racist comments about migrants and about the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. He was out canvassing for reform in Clacton, which of course is quite a big seat for them, and was filmed talking to prospective voters.
The immigration thing, use the word illegal, emphasise illegal, especially if you open the door with a bunch of sick, mate, sick mother. It's a cult. I'll tell you what, if you don't know about Islam, it's the most disgusting cult out. I've always been a Tory voter. What annoys me is he got in. What's good is he? Get the young recruits there, yeah, with guns on the beach, target practice, just shoot them. I've got these running our country. You must be joking, mate.
Oh, it's bad, Yasmin.
It's awful.
It's actually probably criminal as well.
Yes. And you know what? I'm really pleased Farage is standing, because now the media are doing the scrutiny they should have done of his party a long time ago. It's not a surprise.
Let's see what he had to say about this incident.
Ordinary folk don't do Westminster speak. Ordinary folk speak in all sorts of terms. You get the odd exception, like Andrew Parker, who turns up and is gratuitously offensive, and that's wrong. And he's gone. These days, almost anything can be written off as racist and homophobic. When I see it, and I see malice, I comment on it. When it's everyday speak, then I accept that not everybody has been to Oxford University.
What about that?
Well, listen, here is Nigel Farage. If you read the Crick biography of him, when he was at Dulwich College, his teachers and fellow pupils heard him use some terrible racist tropes.
When he was in his teens or whatever.
No, it doesn't matter.
No,
My teens never did that.
No, but I mean...
your teens never did that. So what I'm saying is, it won't outrage his fan base. None of this will outrage them. This is their home.
Well, except that he needs votes from outside his fan base. What do you think, mate?
Well, look, I've never been attracted to reform. I'm a small C Conservative, and I'm going to stick at that. But one of the reasons I haven't been attracted to reform is we've seen consistently there's some very unsavoury elements in the background behind reform. Now, to me, that reflects the sort of people who are attracted to reform. I get on very well with Nigel Farage, and I think he's got some very good principles and points, within the way he thinks politically. But the problem is he attracts some very unsavoury people, and this is the latest example. And Jasmine's right, by the way. It won't suddenly reform, we've got to leave the party, because I just think we're immune to this sort of thing from certain elements of the political classes. Channel
4 also filmed a Reform aide, George Jones, likening gay people to paedophiles and calling them degenerates.
This is the shit I'm talking about. That is outrageous.
The car has a pride flag on its bonnet.
You see that degenerate flag on the front bonnet? What the old Bill doing promoting that crap? He's about catching nonsense, not promoting it.
Oh dear.
And one of them has said feminism is a cancer. So, they are a lot of whatever they are in their own little bubble. Unrelated to the rest of the
I'm trying
country.
to think, there's no defence of what they've said. You could argue that it's better for them to be in the political process than feeling that no party represents them at all. Because
How is it better?
Well, it is better, isn't it?
Better?
Because otherwise, once they say there's nothing for us at Westminster, they go out and buy a knife or a gun.
Well, no, I don't think so, because they regard themselves as kind of pseudo-intellectuals. I mean, Keir Starmer has made it big that I've transformed Labour and Jeremy Corbyn to Labour now. The trouble is that a lot of people who follow reform are formerly with things like the National Front or the BNP, and they haven't been reconstructed into what's an acceptable form of
the idea this is a bad apple. The thing is, he is surrounded by other reform campaigners who must have heard both of them sounding off like this.
Listen, I met two of them. I met two of them this week, right?
Right.
The day after, one of my favourite programmes is the Great British Sewing Bee. It's a lovely programme.
Oh, was it with, who presents that? Claudia? No.
No, they're two lovely, a pair of people who know about clothes. And they had India Week as one of the, and they use sari materials and Indian fashions, which are top of the world now, And these two guys said to me, I was sitting in a cafe, they recognised me and they came up and why they were going to vote for reform. And they said, Anne, this is our country. Why are they showing India on a sewing show? I mean, who are these people?
Interesting. After the break,
Who are these people?
Well, you know, as I say, the
And
political
when Farage
campaign
says,
brings everyone
the
together.
The vetting company is responsible. Really?